The following video is part of a series on kipping handstand push-ups. It's very important to understand that kipping handstand push-ups are not the best way to do handstand push-ups, as in they're not the safest way. Strict is always best. If you do not have the strength to be able to do strict handstand push-ups, it's highly recommended that you work on your strength. That being said, when you are kipping or doing handstand push-ups without kipping, you are putting a lot of pressure on your cervical spine. Your cervical spine is between your head and your body, and it contains the smallest vertebrae in your body. Inside those small vertebrae are very important things that you do not want to mess up, needless to say. Please take extreme caution when performing your handstand push-up skills, whether they are kipping or strict. Always rely on strength the most and not kipping. When you are doing these kipping handstand push-ups, it's very important to work on your technique. Your technique can make or literally break you in a workout or while you're training. Please follow these steps very carefully and use extreme caution when doing your handstand push-up sets as to not injure yourself semi-permanently or even permanently. Part one of the kipping handstand push-up is actually two parts. We need to make sure, A, you can do a headstand properly and correctly, and we need to make sure that you can kick up to the wall in a handstand. Clearly, this is going to be essential for all handstand push-ups. If you cannot get upside down against the wall, the likelihood of you being able to get upside down in a workout is very slim. Don't necessarily try this in a workout, getting upside down for your first time when you don't know how to get upside down outside of a workout. Moving on, headstand hold is going to be the prime part of the kipping handstand push-up. The reason is that the kipping starts from the lowest point of the movement. The lowest point of a handstand push-up is the headstand. We're gonna start there. If you can't do a headstand comfortably or carefully, then please practice the headstand alone before moving on to any other part of the kipping handstand push-up progression. The way I like to have people start is by kneeling near the wall. They're going to put their head about this far from the wall, which is approximately the width of my butt. By putting my head that far away, it allows my backside to sit up against the wall. We will be using the wall for stability. We are not going to be going straight up to a freestanding headstand. Why? Well, when we're doing handstand push-ups, we use the wall as support to prepare for the kip upward. We want to mimic this position by placing our bum against the wall. So I'm gonna put my head about this far away on the floor, and I'm also going to place my hands in front of my face just slightly so peripherally I can see my hands. Top of the head, the very crown of the head goes on the floor. That would be the part of the head. If you were carrying a load heavily, it would be sitting here. You wouldn't do a headstand on your forehead as you wouldn't carry weight on your forehead. Now that I'm upside down, my hands are planted, I can see straight across the room. I am not staring at the floor, nor am I staring at my belly button. From here, I'm going to bring my feet in and just a little hop. Bigger hop, and then a bigger hop. Once I'm here, my bum is up against the wall. I can feel that my weight is on my head and my hands are planted firmly on the floor. The second step of part one is getting to a handstand against the wall. I need to be able to kick up to a handstand. The way that I recommend you do this is not by starting with your hands on the floor, but by standing. By standing here and going into the handstand in one movement, we are utilizing momentum to help get our lower body upside down. If you are one of these people that do not have this skill, practice going hands to the floor, pausing here, and then kicking as you are already comfortable to do that. And then let's lessen the amount of pause. Now I go here, pause less, kick up, and eventually we want less pause to be able to go right into this. And the third piece to part one of the kipping handstand push-up is we want to make sure our hands and our head are in the correct positions. So I'm going to check my headstand position. This is where we already figured out how to get upside down, and see where my hands are. This is also where I'm going to place my hands when I go from the standing position. I'm going to look,
step up, hands in the same spot, and kick up.
This will ensure that the position that I have my hands comfortably in the headstand is also the same position that I kick up with. That'll help me avoid kicking up and making some sort of adjustments.
Adjustments waste energy and time.